The people who love you gonna respect that and keep it moving, and the people who don't gonna be in their feelings and let them hoes be mad.
Don't let your hair get in the way. Can't be defined by your mistakes. You know you try and you try really hard, but sometimes you fall. Yeah, sometimes
Hey Helen Besties, oh, welcome to my channel. So we're saying goodbye to 2003. I'm very late with this video, and we're saying hello to 2024. And I wanted to start it off by going through 23 lessons that I learned in 2023. Now, some of these things I knew beforehand, and some of these things are new to me. Some of these things I knew, but I just wasn't very intentional, and I was just a little more intentional about them in 2023. So wanted to drop this in hopes that, you know, this helps you guys. Maybe these are things that you know and you need to be a little bit more intentional about in 2024, or maybe there are things that just kind of went over your head in the process of life. Number one, embracing solitude. Solitude is not a means or a direct path of loneliness. A lot of times people equate that to loneliness. It's not. It's actually an opportunity to get to know yourself more. During my time of isolation and my healing journey, and this is something that I'm gonna be honest, in the beginning of that the isolation, it was a little trying. But over time, like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I enjoy being with me a whole lot more. Sometimes even more than being with people. I just have grown to love it. So I take that time. Like, I called my girlfriend the other day. I'm like, listen, this is what I'm doing for Valentine's Day, girl. You welcome to do it. I only am letting you know because we're on the phone. And when I think about any of my friends being like, dang, girl, why you ain't tell me this person was that person? I'm like, oh, she might see my pictures and be like, dang, why you ain't tell me? But I am really in the seasons of moving solo. And it's not because I don't like people. It's not because I don't have friends. It's really because I want to do what I want when I want to do it. And I have developed this love for enjoying my own company. So do not equate isolation or solitude to loneliness. Lesson number 2, learning to set healthy boundaries. Y'all, I'm still learning this. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. We are, what's today? The 7th? I think the 7th. We are 7 days into the year, and it is something about me that I gotta figure out what's going on. But like, parts of old Ebony are creeping in. When I tell you these 7 days have been very, this is how I feel, and I said what I said, and if you hoes mad, be mad hoe. Like, that is, it sounds terrible, but that is how I've been feeling. And it's not that it's essentially a bad thing, right? It's not. Stating your boundaries, standing on them. I will refuse to be gaslit into not speaking my mind. Like, we're not doing that in 2024. But I do want to make sure when I'm doing these things that I'm doing it with a healthy mindset. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it in a way that's going to be productive and not hurtful. So again, set healthy boundaries, stand on business, like they saying for 2004. Stand on business when it comes to that shit. And trust me, the people who love you gonna respect that and keep it moving, and the people who don't gonna be in their feelings and let them hoes be mad. Finding gratitude in small moments. Finding gratitude in small moments can change your perspective on so many things. Not only does it change your outlook on life, but it just also changes like the well-being of your life. It changes your perspective as a whole, and it makes you hone in on how much beauty there is just in life every day. Embracing change. Embracing change can be scary sometimes and sometimes difficult, but it opens so many opportunities indoors. It opens so much opportunity for growth. I do not want you guys, this channel is going to be flooded with things that you over the year that you guys can use to make small changes in your life that will make bigger impacts overall. So I really want you to not hone in on fear when it comes to change. I want you to embrace it, be open to it, because it's going to open so much more to your life, into yourself, into your growth. Self-compassion. Self-compassion is crucial very crucial to healing any type of wounds and past traumas. We tend to be very, very hard on ourselves, especially like when we're in the cuffs of coming out of things, like something as simple as like allowing a guy to play us, you know, we will get out of it and then we be like, why did I let that happen? Oh my God, I'm so stupid. I'm this, I'm that. Like you'll hear me say a lot that give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. At the end of the day, we know like when kids come in the world, they're learning. Like as a parent, I have my rule of thumb, it has always been, I'm not a big fan of, you know, but I allow my children to grow. I understand they're new in the world, but I also have heavy conversations with them in regards to what my expectations of them would be in life in general. But I give them that space to make mistakes and learn. And you have to do the same for yourself. The quicker you learn and can grow through it, the better. But the only way you're going to grow through anything is if you give yourself some compassion and grace. Cultivating patience is extremely, extremely important. The easiest way to quit something is not having patience to go through the process. There's a process in anything, and your healing journey is essentially one of those things that is going to be a huge process with many, many milestones. So in order to get through it, in order to succeed through many, many things, most of your goals, including your healing journey, you have to learn how to go cultivate a sense of patience. Number 7, letting go the need of external validation. Baby, let me tell y'all something. When you're doing YouTube and content creation, that shit is hard. I ain't even about to fake the funk for you. It is hard because at the end of the day, we all want to be successful in what we do, right? And in order to be successful, in order for your channel to grow, you need likes, you need views, you need engagement. And sometimes you ain't getting that. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I constantly remind you guys, and I remind myself, like I'm really speaking to myself in this moment. I'm the creator. You are the creator. You are not the critic. So a lot of times you just need to put your heart in it, do your best, and let it go. Remove the need for external validation. Shit will fuck up your head, especially in the day of social media where everybody has an opinion. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody seems to think that shit is gold, or that you asked for it, or that it's important. And truth is, 99% of the time, that's just not. The importance of forgiveness and releasing emotional burdens. Y'all, if your girl's keeping it a buck, I'm still working on this one. I'm really still working on this one. I'm not even going to get here on here and fake the funk and tell y'all that I am perfect at forgiving people. Because I'm not. But I still understand the importance. And I understand that essentially not forgiving them does nothing but eat away at me. A lot of times these people go on with their life, ain't thought twice about you, not thinking about you. And we seem to still allow them to have space and save space in our minds. And not even in a way that's positive, so it eats at us. So yeah, again, forgiveness is important. You have to find ways to release that emotional burden. Number 8, the significance of creating a self-care practice. This is all over social media, you guys. Like, I hate that I even have to say this because you know, put your mask on first, sis. You're a single mom, put your mask on first, sis. I was just talking to my sister the other day, and you know, we're talking about her just not really feeling motivated and feeling a little overwhelmed with her kids, you know. And off the cuffs it came to me, and I was like, how you driving a car with no gas? You can't even get to the gas station to get gas with a car with no gas. You still got to have a little juice in that joint, right? So put your mask on first. I don't care what is going on in your life. Work is pulling at you. The kids are pulling at you. Your family's pulling at you. Create a ritual and practice. Self-care practice that's going to feed you and continue to give you the gas that you need to be able to feed into others. Trusting the universe and God's timing. Now this one, y'all, I ace. I ace all day long. I ain't even gonna hold y'all, because from where I came from to where I am now, and we have this thing at work, real quick story. We have this thing at work where we call it the Teresa flip, right? And it's based on an older lady who had a job where she just, things would come up, she would flip that hand. So I call it the Teresa flip, right? And it's essentially how I kind of move through life with a lot of things. I recall this, I could say this time 4 years ago, post the vid, right? Well, probably close to 5 years ago, post. But anyway, y'all get what I'm saying. Post the vid, being stressed about being late to work, being stressed about my commute. Baby, when I tell y'all now, if something happens and I'm delayed, it's just like instantly I know that I am being rerouted to avoid something. I know I am being delayed for a reason. When something doesn't come through for me immediately, I know it's a reason that it's not coming through for me right now. And so I don't even have any tips for you in this regard outside of take your journey, keep your eyes wide open, which often happens anyway. I'm gonna keep it up with y'all. Like, I don't think I intentionally look for signs. I think that as I grew in this journey, it was just much more easier to listen, to see the signs. I think as I begin to trust myself, as I begin to trust the universe, as I begin to trust my gut, as things happen, it's just like really, really telling. Sometimes I have aha moments where it didn't hit me then, but it hits me later. You know what I'm saying? But either way, I have learned to definitely trust my process. I have definitely learned to grow in patience with the timing of everything, and to know that my time is coming, and that if it didn't happen now, it's a reason it didn't happen now. I know I said that already, but just to reiterate for you. Number 11 is being mindful of self-talk, because self-talk influences your perception of yourself more than you think. So again, aligning with giving yourself grace. And this is going to be a whole video later, y'all, but don't be your own hater. Anytime you talk down on yourself, you being your own hater. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're doing something right, you got enough of those that you don't need to participate in that. You don't need to be your own hater. Success bring that out of other people for you. So be mindful of how you speak to yourself. More importantly, be intentional about doing your affirmations. It's so important to do your affirmations. 12, the significance of accepting failure as a stepping stone. Again, if it's not for me now, it's for me later. And honestly, even when like I try to explain to people, everyone gets so overwhelmed with YouTube. And I remember watching YouTube for years before I actually got on YouTube. And if I knew now what I knew then, I would have started much earlier. Because you can't get to success if you delay your failures. Like, you just got to get out there and do it. Because until you get out there and do it and fail, you're not going to learn what you need to learn to be successful. So understand that your failures are stepping stones to your success. And please don't not do something because you're afraid you're going to fail. The likelihood is you will, and you'll learn something that's going to make you better. 13, recognizing toxic friendships and letting them go. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all right now, ending friendships for me has been harder and probably more impactful to my life than breakups. Let that sink in. I have dead ass been more heartbroken with having to cut friends off than any man that I've known. And I have kids. But it's been life-changing. It's been life-changing. And part of the reason why I made these decisions in my journey wasn't just because they was toxic. It was also sometimes it was just not friendships I wanted to feed and foster. I'm be honest with you guys. It's important when you have friendships that you give it as much energy as you would give a relationship. So just like I can't be in a relationship and not talk to my man about what's going on that's not healthy, I can't be in no friendship. I'm be honest with you guys. My girlfriend came over today and she said to me a few times that I've been trying it lately. I've been trying it lately. Now she said it in a joking way. But here's the thing. If your friendships are important to you, that's all it takes for you to say, okay, now I need to do some self-reflection. Because obviously something I'm doing is bothering my friend. So I say that again to say, don't hold on to no friendships. If you can't sit there and talk to each other about things, when boundaries are crossed, when feelings are hurt, it's not a friendship you need to hold on to. So again, evaluate your friendships. Let go anything that may be toxic or compromising to your journey. Exploring spiritual practices that may help you become more aligned within your journey. Now, obviously, my vlogs lately have been like healing vlogs. I've been trying different things. I've done meditation, I've done yoga, I've done sound bowl, and so on. Okay, so, and I will continue to do that. Like, I'm going to continue to share my experiences, the different practices that I do, what I love, what I'm trying for the first time, and what I don't like. I would never tell anyone on my channel, do this exact way. I don't believe anybody's journey is linear. I believe all of us have different experiences we went through. We have different personalities in how we handle it. And so I want you to take what you can and let go what you can't, of course. But definitely try different things to figure out what actually works for you and what's beneficial to you. Number 15, there is healing power in creativity, in art, in music, and dance. So dig into those things. Maybe you haven't painted in a while, or maybe you've been thinking about it and just haven't done it. Try it. I actually started my journey creating waist beads. That was the beginning of my journey, if I'm keeping it a buck with you guys. Started digging into crystals, started learning about crystals, created crystal waist beads, and so that turned into me starting a business called The Vibe Collection. I am the owner of The Vibe Collection. It is a crystal waist, it is actually a small spiritual shop. So I sell sage and Palo Santo and those things, but we are best known for our crystal waist beads. And my soul is fed every time I create a waist bead. Will be honest with you, because it's a business, I tend to not try to create waist beads when I don't feel aligned or when I feel in a bit of a funk, because I don't want to transfer that energy. So again, please hone in on something that creatively feeds your spirit. It is definitely healing power behind music, art, dance, the arts, and creativity as a whole. 16, boundaries is an act of self-love, not selfishness. So again, be sure that when you are setting these boundaries are for you. This has nothing to do with individuals, okay? So I don't want you to think, okay, I can move with this person this way and move with this person that way. That's not boundaries. That's kind of a preference in how you deal with those relationships. That's not boundaries. Boundaries are, this is what I'm okay with, or this is what I'm not okay with, no matter who the person is. You understand? So I'm not okay with being disrespected. I'm just using something general, you guys, because I don't need to push my boundaries on you right now, right? Just using this in general. But boundaries is something like I said, I won't be disrespected. I don't care who you are. Mama, daddy, grandma, boss. I'm going to give the respect I expect in return. And I'm going to set boundaries if it comes across where you're not giving me that, okay? So again, it has nothing to do with individuals. And I think a lot of times we have people who take other people's boundaries personal. I can't do that. You have to understand that those boundaries were created by an experience that person had that has absolutely nothing to do with you. Absolutely. It just happens in this moment and in this transaction of communication and energy with this person. They feel as though they need to express to you what their boundaries are, just in case you was about to cross it, or just in case you have. I'm just letting you know that doesn't work for me. I rather you not do that. Not personal at all. 17, significance of setting intentions to manifest desired outcomes. So, quick story with this one. So, I'm working on my bathroom, you guys. Now, I don't know if I told you guys. I moved in here. My daughter was 2 months old. 2 months old when I moved in here. I really could care. I got furniture, but I really could care less about doing too much of anything. I'm gonna be honest with you. And now we're 3.5 years later. I still haven't. And part of it for a while was like, I want a house. I want out of here. I want a house. But I decided, you know what? Due to my journey, it's a mindset shift here, right? My son's like, Mom, don't get too comfortable. And I had to explain to him, I'm not getting comfortable. This isn't me wanting to do this bathroom. It's not me getting comfortable. What it is me showing gratitude to what I do have in order for me to manifest more. So this is me being very intentional. And trust me, as I do that, I will be speaking the words, oh, I can't wait to put this in my house. Probably won't put it in my house. I'm keep it at a buck. I'm going to want to do a new bathroom. But for the intent of it all, you know what I'm saying? I will be decorating this bathroom and setting those intentions that I can't wait to do this for my house. I can't wait to put this in my house. So again, here's the thing. You're not going to go get success without setting a goal. It's almost the same thing. Your intention is essentially setting a goal for what you want to manifest. You know what I'm saying? And then you, of course, have to put the work in. We don't just pray about it over here, okay? We put the work in. 18, the power of decluttering your physical space for mental clarity. Now, I have a whole video, you guys, that I go over the importance of cleansing, the importance of saging your space when you've been in a funky space where you've been the bad energy walking around your house. How an unclean house affects your mental health, and how, it's hard because when you're depressed, you don't want to get up and do nothing. But you're not going to get out of that until you get up and do something. It's something I've struggled with. It's something so many other people that I know have struggled with. And so, yeah, there's a whole video about how I work through that. Some of the methods I've used, such as I don't let myself go more than 48 hours. 2 days. I give myself 2 days to lay around and just not feel like just feeling a funk, if that's what I need in that moment. Because you also need resting time. Sometimes it's burnout. And I can't keep pushing myself. I got to take that downtime. So, again, I give myself 48 hours because otherwise, I got kids. Some of y'all maybe do more than 48 hours and your house don't look crazy. For me, I got about 48 hours to check out of mamahood and check out of everything. Check out of being a chef. Check out of being a cleaner. Check out of being anything before my house looks crazy, okay? So, again, physical space, tidy it up. Tidy it up. Before you set your intentions and goals and get to work, make sure your space is clean and tidy and organized. It's going to help you have more of a clear mindset. The importance of self-compassion in times of self-criticism. But what I would like to say, in times of calling yourself out on your own BS. So y'all just heard me earlier say my girlfriend called me on my shit that I've been trying it lately. Because I told y'all, I've been like, I'm going to say what I say. What did I say? You mad, hoe? Be mad. Didn't I say that? And I know it needs to be checked. I know it needs to be checked. But did y'all see me beat myself up about it? No. No. There's a way to check yourself on your own BS without necessarily beating yourself up about it. Have some self-compassion. Like, we're all human. I don't know who expects you to be perfect. I don't expect you to be perfect. I hope you don't expect yourself to be perfect. Like, if you expect yourself to be perfect, expect yourself to be perfectly you, which is an imperfect person. So, anyway, give yourself some self-compassion when criticizing yourself. I wouldn't necessarily say criticize yourself, but, keep it a buck with yourself. Like, self-awareness is love, y'all. Self-awareness is love. Number 20, accepting emotions and embracing them rather than ignoring them. Okay? Now, this is what I have definitely grown from. I think at one point I went through some phases. So there was a phase of I'm reacting. This is how I feel. This is what I'm saying. And I'm reacting, right? There was that phase. Then there was a phase where, okay, people are saying I'm a hothead and so on and so on. I'm going to suppress this. Like, I'm not giving energy to nothing now. I'm numb, y'all. So it's like, now I became the strong friend, the hard ass, who doesn't feel. I mean, that's how I felt people viewed me. Like, I didn't have feelings. Now I've become the person who feels but don't react necessarily. Okay? When I say necessarily means, it doesn't mean I won't pull back. So there's times where I feel, but a lot of times I be still. And I'm still because maybe I don't know how to react in that moment. I don't know what's the healthiest reaction, but what I won't do is not acknowledge how I feel. Not acknowledge. So I acknowledge it. This don't feel good. I don't necessarily know what to do about it. I'm just going to be still. Do not abandon yourself by not feeling your emotions. To me, that's self-abandonment. And because a lot of times when we don't want to feel emotions, it's to protect other people. It's to protect other people. Don't do that to yourself. I ain't saying you got to share with nobody. I ain't saying you got to do anything in regards to it. But acknowledge, this hurt me. I don't like the way it feels. And even right now, if I don't know how to handle it or what to do about it, I'm just going to be still. 21, the power of positive affirmations and the way that it shapes your mindset. So, spoke about this again with giving yourself grace and not having negative self-talk. Affirmations, I spoke about that, I think, in a domestic violence video, in regards to how, you know, I was in a relationship, negative things were being said to me, and at the time I didn't believe none of that. I was like, who is this nigga talking to? Like, what? Me? No one loves me? I can't get a man? Shit. Right? Didn't believe any of it. But as time went on and I got out of it, I did realize the impact of those words and how they did ultimately affect me. I didn't understand at the time why. Because I knew I didn't believe it. Like, I knew I didn't believe it. It's the state of repetition. It's a state of hearing something be said over and over again, which is why affirmations work greatly. And if you've ever been in a toxic relationship where things, or maybe even have toxic parents who have said some very negative stuff to you on a consistent basis, those affirmations will help reverse that mindset of yourself. 22, the significance of self-reflection and self-assessment for one's personal evolution. Baby. A lot of y'all can't take criticism. And for people who can't take criticism from other people, you really need to be calling yourself on your BS if that's the case. The amount of adults that lack self-awareness is astounding to me. Like, sis, come on now. This is part of that whole isolation thing. As you do isolation, you get to know yourself better. You get to know your flaws. There's nothing no one can tell me about me that I'm gonna be surprised about, y'all. Good, bad, and ugly. I'm gonna be honest with you. When people tell me about the negative stuff I do, I just be like, girl, what? I let my kids tell me all the time, Mom, you do such, and I just be like, I do. I need to work on that, huh? A lot of times y'all try to act like y'all not who these people are telling you y'all are, that they're seeing you have this same behavior time and time again. Check yourself. If you want to grow for real, isolate yourself, get to know yourself, and check yourself. 23, last one. Understanding how your mind, body, and soul connect as one. Understanding how they affect each other. Understanding that sometimes when your mind fucked up, you're going to feel that shit in your body. You understand? Understand that sometimes when your soul fucked up, that shit comes out in your thoughts and in your mind. So, this is why it's important when you have a journey to have a full spectrum of things. You want to do things that affect your body, such as yoga and breath work. Breath work also helps with your mindset. You want to have, again, an organized, clean environment to help your mindset. You want to do a brain dumping journaling to free your mind of all the things that may be just floating around in there. And then you have to do meditation for your soul. You want to do self-love and self-care practices for your soul. You want to do community service for your soul. You want to connect with your community and your tribe for your soul. Okay? So anyway, guys, that is my 23 lessons in 2023. It wasn't a terrible year for me. I actually looked forward to 2024 because, girl, it can only be up from here. And I love coming down and doing these chats, y'all. Get my makeup all cute and stuff for you guys. Y'all see my little fro. But yeah, so I don't have to show up on. So when y'all get my vlogs and stuff, you guys can see me in my everyday. Like, girl, because we're not doing this every day. I don't do this every day. I mean, not to say that women who wear makeup don't love themselves. So let's not even do that. I'm not even going there. But I do love myself so much that I love myself in my natural state. If I'm keeping it a buck, I do. So I don't do a whole bunch of this on a regular basis. But I do want to show up pretty on camera from time to time. So that is what these healing chats are going to be for. So that I can get cute. I can come and we can have a heart-to-heart. And we can grow together in 2024. And you guys won't just be sitting down watching me. You know what I'm saying? I want you to watch my journey. Because I want you to see the journey from the perspective of somebody who is very real and honest and authentic. Speaking. Okay, go have a seat. I'm almost done, okay? Speaking of some real shit, y'all. Y'all see what I'm saying? Single mom. YouTubing. It's the life. So anyway, until next time, you guys. Because I got to go get sis some strawberries. Love yourself, protect your energy, and deal with life bullshit with grace and gratitude. Love ya.
You know you try really hard, but sometimes you fall. Yeah, sometimes you fall.